Monk arrived about 6 months back. They still keep him in the special unit. Danny Mee, known as Bone Crusher, used to be the captain of England's football team. Now that he's retired and bored, he looks for fun by driving very fast and drinking whiskey right from the bottle. One day, Danny stops at a bar. He gets another drink, says bad things to some police officers, and then hits them in the face. Because he hit police and drove while drunk, Danny gets 3 years in jail. His time playing football ended quickly after people said he fixed matches. In prison, guard Hatchet makes it very clear, Danny is not special here. Prisoners line up along the walkway to yell and say bad words at the old football star. They call him a traitor who sold his country for money. Danny meets senior officer Mr. Burton. Tomorrow, the prison boss will ask Danny to be the coach for the prison football team. Danny's answer must be no. To make sure he understands, Hatchet hits him with a stick. They show Danny his room and then take him to his work job. He has to pick up trash in the yard with an old man named Doc. This includes cleaning up poop wrapped in newspaper that prisoners throw out of windows at night. Doc tells Danny to meet Charlie Sykes, a famous criminal who secretly runs the prison. Charlie is doing 30 years. He lost lots of money betting on the England versus Germany game when one player strangely missed a penalty kick. Now Danny owes him. In the eating area, a crazy person named Nitro loudly welcomes Danny and says he can get him anything. At the same time, his enemy, a very big prisoner named Massive, sits next to Danny and offers him chocolate and soft toilet paper. Danny has to share a room with an Iranian man and 2 black prisoners. They don't like him, just like everyone else in the prison. Out in the yard, guards bring out a chained-up, scary prisoner. It's the famous Monk from Broadhurst. He came 6 months ago and still stays in a lonely cell. People say he killed 23 people before he even learned karate. Even the guards stay away from him. Danny goes to meet the prison boss. The boss says good things about his team. They might win this year and move up to a better league. Danny's skills could help them win. But following the plan from before, Danny says no. The boss thinks Mr. Burton is making Danny say no. Burton is tired of putting money into the team with no good results. Later, in the eating place, a mean guy named Key starts bothering Danny, but things don't get too bad. Guards stop it. Then Burton sprays burning spray right in Danny's eyes. Only Danny gets put in a lonely cell. The prison boss loves to bet on sports. Danny asks him to leave him alone. He just wants to finish his time in jail. The boss wonders why Danny is fighting with both prisoners and guards. The old man sends Danny back to the lonely cell. Massive brings Danny some food. He also gives him a good idea. Set up a football match between prisoners and guards. The guards could use it as training. This plan works for both the boss and Burton. Massive is happy with his idea. Nitro also talks, saying he could have been a good player too if he didn't like making bombs so much. The boss who loves betting is having a bad day. He just lost $5,000. Hatchet keeps pushing Massive, this time for making a new friend. Danny wants Sykes' men on his team, but the prison boss won't let them join. Still, one fan of Danny does come. Blue T wears a shirt with Danny's number and wants to learn cool football moves. Danny starts seeing weird things in the prison. Doc explains that Sykes tells the boss which teams to bet on. In return, the boss lets newspapers come in, but they're soaked in acid. It's a trade, drugs for betting tips. Nitro becomes a tattletale. He offers to share important information if they move him to a better prison. Danny hears this deal. Hatchet keeps being mean to Massive. When Massive talks back, the guard hits him with a stick. No one helps except Danny. Danny gets pushed down and put in the lonely cell again. Massive sneaks him a bouncy ball so he doesn't go crazy. Because Danny is an important prisoner, they let him out. They take Danny to the field after a while. There, a group of black prisoners says hello to him. They thank him for helping Massive. They are ready to join his team. Danny and his helper Massive start checking which players are good. Danny's roommates are very good at football. Sykes' helper, a man from Scotland, also wants to beat the guards, but the boss won't let him play. The betting man threatens the prison boss. He says if he doesn't get his $5,000 back, his arms and legs will be broken. He finds a can of gas in the boss's car. The whole car is covered in gas. Nitro wants to be team helper instead of Massive. He says he would be better. Danny says no. It's good that Nitro likes him. He has already blown up 5 people before. Still, he can't be on the team. But Nitro isn't finished yet. He lies to Hatchet, saying Danny is being nice to the guards. He also says Danny told about the paper soaked in drugs. Hatchet and the Scottish man grab Danny. They say they will cut out his eye. Danny fights back and wins. When the guards come, he doesn't tell on the people who attacked him. This shows he's not a tattletale. The Scottish man is impressed. He says sorry and offers himself and some good players for the team. To keep Sykes from causing trouble, Danny suggests a deal. Let Sykes bet on the game and choose who wins. Prison boss Sykes makes Danny feel bad for cheating his country's team, but he admits he would rather bet on the prisoner's team anyway. Blue T still wants to be on the team. Danny doesn't want to say no to his biggest fan. The prison boss complains to Sykes that the betting man he told him about is now making threats. Also, he has no money left. He put all his money into the prison team. Doc tells why he's been in prison so long. Someone tried to push him around outside, so Doc threw a war bomb into his window. He didn't know the man had a wife and baby. He can never fix this wrong thing he did. After thinking about it, Sykes says his men can join the team. But there's one rule: Danny has to fight one of his men. This way, no one will think they're just being friends. Meanwhile, the crazy Nitro has turned against the person he liked. Hatchet moves him to a lonely cell so he doesn't get stabbed for being a tattletale. Danny was going to fight Gentle Nick, but Nick doesn't feel good, so now he has to fight the big Catch. Catch has never lost, 30 wins. The fight has a special rule. The two fighters, tied up with chains, take turns hitting each other in the face and drinking homemade prison drinks after each hit. Catch is in prison for badly hurting people. His punches are very hard. He also knows some mean tricks, but Danny's face is stronger than people thought, and he can handle a lot of alcohol. Catch finally falls down after getting hit in the face with a cup full of strong drink. That's how Danny gets Sykes' full help. Now they need to change these fighters into a team that knows how to play well. So far, all they can do is take hits and hurt other players. The last thing they need is someone to stop the ball from going in the goal. The Scottish man says they should use the monk. He could have been a pro player if he hadn't gone crazy. People say he ate someone. Sykes himself comes to ask for Monk to be let out of his lonely cell. In return, he tells the boss to bet on the guards winning so he can make a lot of money. At first, Monk doesn't want to play football, but when he hears it's against the guards, he says yes. During practice, a man with a mohawk haircut makes Monk angry. Monk breaks his nose, then he just says it was an accident. Danny tells Burton that his team will be really hard to beat. Both prisoners and guards train a lot. Everyone is getting ready very seriously. Sykes warns Danny there's a lot of money riding on this game, and the prisoner team has to win. The Scottish man Monk and Blue Tea teach the others some dirty moves to use against the guards. Blue Tea offers to be the person they practice on. He doesn't know there are 23 moves total. He barely lives through the practice. Hatchet finds Nitro alone and says he must do something about Danny. If not, he'll be put back with all the other prisoners. Someone will surely kill him there for being a tattletale. Nitro starts making a bomb. The boss's secretary likes Danny. She gives him videos of the guards' old games and their personal information. Danny pays her back in a special way. The prisoners have a meeting to talk about the guards' weak points, which they now know very well. Nitro puts a bomb in Danny's locker. Danny forgot some of the videos, so he asks Doc to bring them to his room. While walking there, Danny opens up. He tells Doc that he really did cheat in that match. He got too famous and spent all his money. Soon he owed dangerous people a lot of money. They gave him two choices: miss the penalty kick or get badly hurt for life. Just then, a big boom shakes the prison. Hatchet gives Nitro some papers. Nitro thinks he's going to a better prison, but they're really taking him to the prison crazy house. He's not coming back. The prisoners say goodbye to Doc. One says maybe he's finally made up for his mistake. Danny cleans his boots. Game day is here. The whole prison comes to cheer for the team. Burton tells his guards not to fall for the prisoners' tricks. They should show they're better by playing well and winning fairly. Danny brings his team together. He says if they win, they'll remember this for the rest of their lives. Many other prisoners would love to be in their place. Then Sykes steps up. He says Doc had been saving money his whole life. He did one last thing. He bought uniforms for the team to help everyone know what's happening on the field. Two prisoners are telling the story of the game live. Both teams come onto the field. The Bone Crusher's uniforms are much cooler. Danny asks the players to avoid mean tricks unless the other team starts it, but as soon as the game begins, both sides play very rough. The guards are first to almost score. During a counterattack, Danny takes down the head guard with a hard tackle. Then he kicks the ball right into Hatchet's private parts. Next shot hits the same spot. At one point, Monk forgets which goal is his. He runs to the wrong end. No one dares to stop him. Players are pulling each other's shirts and hitting bodies everywhere. During a free kick, the ball bounces toward Monk's goal. For a moment, the big man imagines himself going crazy and beating up all the guards, but he comes back to reality just in time and stops the ball. Troy pushes the ball deep into enemy area and passes it. The Iranian tries his famous upside-down kick, but misses. Danny gets the pass and scores the team's first goal. There were 5 minutes left in the first half. The Monk kept running around like a normal field player. At some point, the match turned into a big fight, everyone against everyone. Even the people telling the story of the game started fighting. That's how the first half ended. Sykes lies to the boss. He says he told the prisoners to lose the game, but they wouldn't listen. Meanwhile, Iroquois got his nose broken again. Blue Tea comes in to play for him. The boss is very angry. He says he will fire the guards if they lose. Then he walks over to Danny and tries to force him to do something. He claims Nitro said the bombing was Danny's fault. He says Danny sent Doc to the cell where he died, making Danny part of the murder. That's 20 more years in prison. In the second half, Danny starts playing badly. He loses the ball and doesn't pass to open teammates. The unpredictable Monk goes back into wild mode. In this crazy state, he stops shot after shot with amazing flips and jumps. Meanwhile, the fighting on the field doesn't stop. Blue Tea shows how bad he is at football. He keeps losing the ball and even misses easy shots from just a few meters away. During a fight, a guard spits on the Iranian's head. That's going too far. The guy punches him in the face and gets a red card. The prisoners now have one less player. The monk has even more work to do, but at least he stays closer to the goal now. Troy once again does all the hard work and sends a perfect pass to Catch. He makes the shot and the keeper can't stop it. The score is 2-0 for the prisoners. But the monk gets too proud and starts dancing with the ball near the goal area. The guards punish this pride and score, making it 2-1. Everyone is surprised when the monk actually says it was his fault. Another shot almost goes past him. The team starts falling apart. Danny looks especially terrible. He pretends to be hurt and falls down. Burton doesn't like what he sees from Danny. Massive is also disappointed. He didn't expect their captain to betray them, but there's no replacement player, so 11 players have to keep playing. The guards now face just 9 prisoners. The score becomes tied at 2-2. Danny changes his mind and comes back to play. He's determined to win, but the team doesn't trust him anymore. Troy even refuses to pass him the ball during an attack. Danny has to do everything by himself. He runs fast across the field. Meanwhile, the monk casually kicks Hatchet between the legs one more time, very hard. The ball flies into the guard's net, but the goal doesn't count because Hatchet was hurt earlier. The guards get a free kick. The crazy player in goal handles it like a pro. The ball lands in the middle of the field where only Danny and one defender are waiting. Danny gets past the defender and goes one-on-one with the goalie. The keeper takes Danny down, but Danny gets back up. He stands with the ball right at the edge of the box. He doesn't take the shot himself. Instead, he passes it to the clumsy Blue T, who kicks with all his strength into the empty net. The prisoners take the lead just seconds before the final whistle. They won the game. The boss runs over to Danny and promises to ruin his life, but Burton steps in and defends him, thanking the football player for a great match. Right then, the warden's car explodes. A little message from the betting man.